Advanced level, combined maths, English medium. Our past achievements.
මම මේ පරීක්ෂණ එකෙන් දිස්ත්‍රික් සෙකන්ඩ් හොඳටම වැඩ කරන සහ අමාරු ගණන් හදන පන්තිය මේක කියලා ෂුවර්.
රැන්ක් 91 මේ වගේ වැඩ කරන ක්ලාස් එකක් අඩුයිද?
රැන්ක් 99 ටෙක් ටියුට් එක ගත්තොත් ඒ ලෙවල් එක්සෑම් එකේ ආන්න පුළුවන් හැම ෆෝමැට් එකකම වැඩ කරගෙන යනවා.
ඒක හොඳට කියලා දැන් සර් කියන්නේ හැමදේම තේරෙනවා.
රැන්ක් එක 70ට මාත් මේ කට්ටියම ටික මුලින් ඉඳන්ම සර් ක්ලාස් එකට නම් පළවෙනි දවසේ නම් සුදුසුකම් ආවා.
Am I correct? Okay, so therefore, we'll directly mark here, but that one.
English medium, combined maths, matchless excellent explanation, friendly assistance, unchallenged dedication, best results every year. IMS Candy, Sipwinkly Renegala, island-wide, online class.
Combined Maths, Ananda Illangakoon.
What is the common value? 2. By that common value only we divided this and this. Understand? What happened finally? This 2 cancel off, no? Once you cancel down that way, what do you get? 4x minus 8y. This is coming, no? By taking that into your mind, tell me, here we can do one cancellation. C is common, no? C is common. Here we have C, here we have C, here we have C. As over there, 2 as common. What happened to that common 2? All 2's we could cancel. Applying the same technique here, what can we do here? This C, this C, this C, we can straight away cancel down. Am I correct? Am I correct? Then we'll cancel down this way. After cancelling here, for the place of C, what do you get? Cancelling means what? Dividing by C, no? When you divide C by C, what do you get? 1. 3C means what? 3 into C, no? After cancelling this C by C, we get 1. Still 3 into 1 is there. What is that? 3. Then keep this 3 here. We have no need to change that one. That's fine. Any question up to here? No. Now tell me, if we cancel down, tell me another common value. 3 is common, no? 3 is common, right? So, how we determine that 3 is common? 6 we can write how, people? 3 into 2. There is 3. 9 we can write how, people? 3 into 3. Then here we have 3, here we have 3, here we have 3. Then we can divide all these numbers by 3. Now tell me, once you divide this 3 by 3, what do you get? 1. This one and this one make 1. Then how to do this one? We cancel down this 3, we get 1. We cancel down this 6 by 3. What do you get? 2, we get 2. We cancel down this 9 by what? 3. What do you get there, people? We get 3. Then we can determine final answer. What is that, people? Numerator is 1, right? Denominator what? 2a, right? And plus what? 3b. This is all. See, by one step we could take the answer. No need to go this way, taking 2 out and writing that one. That is okay. But as math students, of course, that kind of simplification steps not anyway necessary when you take answers. Understand? Okay? Formally with this way to take the answers in the next questions. Right? Take that now. Right. Let's move to number 3 here, third one. People, now in this third one, as in the two questions previously we did, you can't see numerator and denominator common term to cancel down as we did here. Here, see, C is common, we could cancel down directly. But such number, right? Such number here we don't have to cancel down straight away, right? Okay. In this case, when you simplify these people, as we did here, since we don't have a common number to cancel down numerator and denominator, now the method is this. In that kind of situation, people determine common factor to this numerator, common factor. Okay. Common factor, here, look at this for this term and this term. Tell me, common factor for this 4 and 8? 8 you can write 4 into 2. Then there we have 4, here we have 4. Obvious, 4 common, we can take out. Here a squared means what? A into A. Here we have AA, here also we have 1A. Then A is common. Then 4 numerator, what is common? 4A common. Take that 4A out from a bracket. Understand? Yes. Take 4A out. Okay. Once you take 4A out, tell me here people, how to write this 4A squared? This is really 4 into A, no? Once you take this 4A out, now the A is inside. A is there. Here how to write 8A? It is 2 into 4 into A, no? Once you take 4A from here out, another 2 and B is there. Here? This way we have. Clear? Yes. Now denominator we have A minus 2B. A minus 2B, right? Now see, for the numerator and this denominator, A minus 2B is common. Now we can do cancellation. What? This and this we can directly cancel down. Understood? Okay. So this question is different from this 2. Right. Cancel down this now. Now there we get what? 4A. We get 4A, right? So therefore, once you see in the question, like here, you don't have a common letter or common number, don't worry. Now, factorize. Sometimes numerator, sometimes denominator, sometimes both you have to factorize. Then you will find common factor. Yes. Okay. Then shall we come to its number 5 as the next one? Take number 5 people. It's 4x plus 20. (3x plus 15). Try to understand here, right? Yes, simple things, right? Now in this case, as we notice here, we don't have common letter or number for the numerator and denominator both. That means what? Next step is what? Factorization. This time, factorize the numerator, factorize the denominator. In factorizing the numerator, this 20 you can write how people? 4 into 5. That 4, this 4 common, take that out. Here, 15 you can write 3 into 5. That 3 and this 3 common, take that out. And see, you can cut down something. Okay? Alright. This time you have to factorize both numerator and denominator. Understand? Alright. Take that now people here. 4, open a bracket. 20 you can write as 4 into 5. Once you take 4 out, here we have x, here we have 5. Here, 15 we can write 3 into 5. Take that 3 out, x plus 5. Now we can see this x plus 5, this x plus 5 available. That directly you can cancel down like this, giving 4 by 3. Okay? Yes. This is the simplest form. Right. Okay, people, now we'll go to this. I think you can understand this, no? Is there anything difficult that you can't understand? No, it's simple. Very simple, right? So as homework, practice these questions again, people, right? So now, really, when we work out a question in AL mathematics, this step also we don't write. This step also we don't write. Not necessary. Why? This is the one we need. Using this, doing this mentally, you can take this answer. No loss of marks. We must do like that. Why, people? For the step, you won't get marks in AL. In grade 9, 10, or AL, sometimes factorization like this, 5 marks you get. But such simplifications in AL, no marks offered. Reason? There are many places marks to offer. So therefore, those who skip this step, no loss of mark. So therefore, the simplification you should be able to do skipping this step mentally. It's very easy, no? Okay, it's very easy now. Think, now once I close this one, right? You can bring 4 out mentally. 4 is outside now, inside bracket x plus 5. Numerator, denominator, 3 keep out. Again x plus 5. Now mentally, numerator x plus 5 cancel down with the denominator x plus 5. Now this answer coming. Therefore, when we do simplification like this in the future, without this, straight away this, you must be able to take this answer without writing this one. After that level, you must improve your simplification skill, people. That is what we say. We improve our simplification skill. Because if we waste time to simplify like this, people, there are many places, more important places in the AL theory and questions we have to work with. So therefore, this kind of simplification is really not anyway important to us. Right? Okay. It is to say, now suppose you are having a very terrible accident. You met with a very terrible accident. At that accident, you injured very much now. Right? Now you get a very slight headache meantime. Do you consider about the headache? Huh? Do you consider the headache? No. We ignore, no? Like that, people. We have a huge question to work out. In that huge question, at a small place, we have this kind of simplification. Then this is not important. We do mentally and take the answer like that. Yes. Okay, we'll move to another one more. People take number 10, part 10. Number 10, part 10. Right. X squared minus 1. X squared 2x plus 1. Ask you to simplify this. Right. I'll take some steps in this case so that you can understand this easily. Right. Here the numerator is 1. I can really, as this 1 I can write as 1 squared. Because any power of 1 is what? 1. Then this 1 I can write 1 squared. Okay, people, you know, last week we learned the expansion of a plus b squared. What is the expansion of a plus b squared? A squared plus 2ab plus b squared. Once you look at this one, you can see there. This is also like x squared, right? 2 into x into 1, I can write this 2x. This 1 I can write as 1 squared. Okay, correct, no? 2 into x into 1 means this 2x come in. 1 squared is 1, here x squared, right? So, this is now really, when you compare this one, this is like a squared plus 2ab plus b squared form. Then tell me, this one in this form, this should be what? X plus 1 whole thing squared, isn't it? Okay, all right. So then I can write that this way, x plus 1 whole thing squared. People, now here, this is like what? Difference of 2 squares. This is like a squared minus b squared. Tell me, what are the factors last week we learned for the a squared minus b squared? Yes, a squared minus b squared factors, people, we told to remember, first ignore these powers. We get a minus b, that is our first factor. Then change this to opposite, a plus b. Then using that, factorize this. What do you get there? Ignore this power 2 x minus 1. Now change this sign to opposite. This way. Okay. Right? Now we got this. Here x plus 1 perfect squared means really what, people? Perfect squared means this number should be multiplied by itself. Then x plus 1 perfect squared means what? X plus 1 into x plus 1. No? I write that also in this case. Right. X minus 1, here x plus 1. This x plus 1 perfect squared, we write like this. Okay. Now, you can see a certain cancellation. What is that? This x plus 1, you can cancel down with this x plus 1. Understand? Okay, now suppose here, for this perfect squared only, I wrote this step. But this also we don't write. This step also we don't write. Suppose we wrote up to here. From this step, I am going to show you how to take this answer without writing this step. Right? So, I write first the answer there. X minus 1, x plus 1, no, divided by x plus 1. This is the final answer. Right? Okay. Right. Now, people, here, this cancellation, we do like this. Here, once you do the cancellation, this x plus 1 will vanish from the numerator. Okay? And here, power 2, after cancelling with this, came to power 1. Therefore, to get this way, finally, this x plus 1 should remove from the numerator. The power 2 should be reduced to power 1. Therefore, without writing this step, to take this answer, we do a certain cancellation like this. This x plus 1, we cancel down with this 2 and write 1 here. Didn't correct, no? Come in, no? That much better, no? Rather than writing another one more step. Understand? So, therefore, we now write this one and take the answer. But in a later case, if you find like this, do we write this one? No. We cancel down this with what, this 2 and write 1, because finally at the denominator we must have what? X plus 1 to the power 1. That's fair, no? Otherwise, why should we write this unnecessary step? That is how people, we improve our simplification skills. Understand? Okay? So, once I do in the near future simplifications, sometimes I cancel down this with this 2 and write 1. Then you might see, how did you cancel this 2? Power, here this 2 is a power. How can this power with this x plus 1? Don't think like that. Really, this cancellation, really I did in this way, but I didn't write that step here. Understand? Okay? Alright. So therefore, first of all, write down all. In a later case, we'll do without writing this one to get this answer, this way cancelling. Okay? Right. Then here we don't cancel this. We write x plus 1 there. X plus 1 and here square we have. Right. Take the answer using the steps. Right. Right. Using the step, take the answer. Right. Finished? Right. Using this technique into mind, shall we do another one question to simplify this without writing any step? All right. Now, suppose this way we have a question. You finish this? Right. Now, suppose here we have x cube a squared b. Right. X a4 b squared. Right. Now think and tell me. We cancel down this and this. Here power 1 we have. Then tell me how to cancel down. Right. Here x to power 3 we have. Here x to power 1 we have. Yes. Tell me the cancellation. Yes. X power 3 you can write how, people? X into x squared. No? This 6 and this 6 we cancel down. Then another x squared we should have, no? Am I correct? Then how to write that here? We cancel down this 6 with this 3, and place of 3 now we write what? 2. Am I correct? Am I correct? Reason? This 6 and this 6 after cancelling, we get what? Only x squared, no? Then the power of new x should be 2. Therefore, cancellation we do how? Yes, this 6 we cancel down with this 3 and we write where here? 2. Am I correct? Yes. Now come to here. A squared and A4. A to power 4 mean what, people? A squared into A squared. Then this A squared we can completely cancel down one A squared here. Another A squared should remain here. Then how to write that one? This A squared completely we cancel down, and cancelling this 4 we write what? 2. Is it clear? Yes. Now tell me here, B squared, we how to write? B into B. One B we cancel down with this B. Another one B is here. How to do that now? We completely cancel down this one, and this 2 we write as 1. See? You see this way we knew formally. Understood? Then shall we do that one? Right. Count that as the next question. Right. X cube A squared B divided by X A4 B squared. Now simplify this now as I explained. Formulate these techniques. Right. Formulate this. Okay. Okay, now people, right. So, I'll do the same question again. This x we cancel down with this 3, and we must write here what, people? 2, yes, right. Always we have to go to the what? Bigger power term. Start from the bigger power term, right. A4, we can write A squared multiplied by A squared, no? Right. 1 A squared, with this you can cancel down. Then another A squared should be at the denominator. Then how to do that? We remove this one, this 4 we cancel, and that place we must write 2. Okay, no? Right. Here, B square means what? B into B. B and this B we can cancel down. Another B to the power 1 should remain. Then we cancel down this with this 2, and this we write 1 here. Okay. Then what do you get? There, x squared. Here and here we get, after cancelling, 1. 1 into 1 is 1, no? Right. Divide by what, people? A squared B, no? A squared B. All right. This way, try to simplify. Understand? Okay. I think you can manage them, no? This is how we do really, people. Otherwise, write in more steps. Really, this step also. Right. Really, this is the question, no? Without writing any unnecessary steps, of course. For the given question, we took the answer. This way, you must do the questions. Okay. Right. Right. Okay, next questions in that you can do as homework, right? Do them as homework. We'll come to question number, next one, 11, we'll do some questions. Right, come to question number 11. Right. Question number 11 will take number 1. Okay. Right. People are they are asking, find the solution of the following quadratic equations. Right. Really, people remember, we have a separate lesson called as quadratic equation. Every year, a question is coming to the paper. We will discuss in detail quadratic equation. So when we learn quadratic equation, there are lots of things to discuss. You know, really in your oil you have learned quadratic equation. So you know quadratic function we define like this, no? Ax squared plus bx plus c. They are this for the quadratic function you drew the graph. Right? One question in oil paper is sketching the graph, no? To sketch the graph, of course, you are given this way, all right? Quadratic function. Okay, you know how to draw the graph. Really, you constructed a table, taking the graph paper. You took nearly 15 minutes to draw the graph, no? But in the quadratic equation lesson, within 30 seconds, we draw the graph. Really, within 30 seconds, we draw the graph. Now you are given when this function partially finished the table, you first fill the table, thereafter taking the graph paper, drawing the two axes x and y, and x and y values taken from the table, plotting that on the graph paper. Using the pencil, we smoothly join the plotted points, no, to get the sketch minimum graph or maximum one. You take nearly this, like 15-20 minutes you take. But remember, this graph, when you are given this way, the quadratic function, we can draw the graph within 30 seconds. At the most 30 seconds. 30 seconds, we can finish that drawing. Okay. Because, you know, we have a lesson called as integration. Right. In the integration lesson, really, people, you know, when we have something like this, triangle, you know how to find the area. Okay. If I take this as the base A, height as B, if I take its area as A equals half AB. Okay. Now suppose you are given this way a graph. Right? In the graph, after drawing the graph, asking to find the area enclosed by the graph between x equals 0 and x equals 1 below the graph above the x-axis. Understand? So then first of all, you must draw this graph. Understand? Now I am explaining what? One application in integration lesson. We will discuss in pure maths a lesson called as integration. In this integration, very huge lesson, 150 marks come in every year. Big question come in, one complete question come in, 150 marks we can pick that. Very easy lesson, very important one. In that lesson, one application is finding the area below graphs. Now suppose you are given this way a graph, right? This equation you are given. Now you are asked to, after drawing the graph, you are asked to find the area between these two x values below the graph above the x-axis. For example, if I draw a graph like this, people, you can see here, suppose the graph is like this. We get the graph like this. The graph of this one should be what? Since x squared coefficient is positive, the graph should be a minimum graph. Now you can see, people, x equals 0 here, x equals 1 here, right? If I draw x equals 1 vertical line this, from 0 to 1, the graph is this. Below the graph, above the x-axis, this is the x-axis. Below the graph, above the x-axis, between these two values of x, 0 and 1, this is the area. Now think here, people. To identify this area, first of all, we must draw this graph, no? If you take 20 minutes to draw this graph in the integration lesson, what will happen? For the whole question, you can use maximum 30 minutes. This question is coming as the last part. There are 4 parts. And the last part, second part is the finding the area. If you spend 20 minutes as you did your L to sketch this graph, no point of talking about that question. So that is why I told you that this graph, when you are given the equation, right, within 30 seconds we can draw the graph. I'll explain that in the quadratic equation lesson. Even though at the moment you might think, oh, how possible, right? Okay. So I'll explain that later. Don't worry. We discussed that the lesson also deeply, right? So therefore, people, this is called as what? Quadratic function. This is the example. Here, people, the place of y, when I put 0, see here, for the place of y we put 0. Then what do you get? We get 0 equals ax squared plus bx plus c. No? The same thing I can write. If 0 is equal to this, means this equals 0. Then we get an equation like this. This is called as what? Quadratic equation you learnt in your OLs. Quadratic. It is called as quadratic, people. The variable is x. Its highest power is 2. When this highest power of the variable x is 3, it is called as cubic equation. Okay? So then quadratic means the x has the highest power 2. In this case, right, I will take one example like this. I'll take this example. I'll take x squared, right, minus 5x plus 6 equals 0. This is a quadratic equation. People, you can see, not for all quadratic equations, there are some quadratic equations. Once you substitute some values, especially 2 values, so sometimes 1 value. When you put for this x that value, and if you simplify the left hand side, that arms in the left hand side will be equal to the right hand side 0. Now, for example, if I put x equals 2, where? In the left hand side. Put here 2 squared. 5 into 2 plus 6. Here we have 2 squared is 2 into 2, 4. Here minus 10. Here plus 6. 4 plus 6 is 10. Minus 10. 10 minus 10 becomes 0. See here. What happened there? When I substitute for x the value 2, the left hand side, this expression will take what? 0. That means what? The left hand side is equal to what? Right hand side 0. That occasion, people, this x equals 2 is called as what? Solution of this quadratic equation. Solution. Understand? Or sometimes it is called as a root. Okay? Root. So this case, if you need to find this x value, now the x value is there. Now the x value is there. That is x value 3. See here. X value 3. When I put x equals 3, see what happens? 3 squared minus 5 into 3 plus 6. Here what do you get? 9 minus 15 plus 6. 9 plus 6, 15 minus 15. What is this? Again, 0. Understand? That means when you put x equals 3 in the left hand side is equal to what? Right hand side 0. Reason? We simplify, we get left hand side 0. Then this expression, when you put x equals 2 and x equals 3, the left hand side is equal to what? Right hand side 0. Then we say what? This quadratic equation has 2 solutions, x equals 2 and x equals 3. Okay? They are called as roots. Now let's see how to find these roots. Nobody can say, for all these kind of quadratic equations, this way have solutions. There are some quadratic equations, we can't find solutions for them. Some quadratic equations, they have only one solution. Some quadratic equations, we have 2 solutions like this. There are certain methods of determining this way, whether the quadratic equation has solutions, one solution or 2 solutions. There are some methods. We will discuss that in detail in quadratic equation lesson, right? Now, here, you know this method already you have learned. For this kind of people, quadratic equation, To find that two solutions, basically there are three methods. Three methods. First one is, people, this quadratic expression in the left hand side, we factorize. You know how to factorize this. What is the way, people? X squared minus 5x. Here we have 1, here we have 6. 1 and 6 we multiply. Okay. We get 1 and 6 is 6. That 6 we factorize into two factors. 6 we factorize in two factors. So that the algebraic sum is what? This x coefficient minus 5. Tell me two values here to write. Minus 2 and minus 3. Okay. Then this middle minus 5x we write how? Minus 2x minus 3x. See here. Minus 2x minus 3x minus 5x. And this plus 6. Now we take these two together and these two separated together. Last week we discussed how to factorize these things. We can factorize this way, right? What is common for these two? X is common, right? Once you take x out, x squared means x into x, no? Once you take x out, another x is there. Once you take this x out, we get minus 2 there. Tell me for this 2, 3 common. We take 3 out. Okay. And also we take with minus sign 3 out. Remember, when you take minus sign and something out as common factor, inside the bracket, you know what? You have to change the signs of this to write the bracket. Okay. Since we took 3 out, here we have x. Since we have taken minus sign also, then this minus x should be written as what? Plus 6. Okay. Here 6 we can write how, people? 3 into 2. That 3 we take out. 2 should be there. But since we have taken minus sign, this plus sign should be minus here. Okay. Right. So now I am going to write the same thing. No. Right. I am explaining how to factorize this. Right. You know this already. Now for this and this, people, x minus 2 is common. You can take that out. Once you take this x minus 2 out, here I wrote that. Once you take this out, here we have another x. Once you take this out, we have minus 3. Clear, no? Okay, now what we did so far, this trinomial or quadratic expression in the left hand side, we wrote as factors. Understood? Now, people, you know, this x minus 2 is a number. This is also a number. Product of two numbers is equal to 0. Right. Now think like this. We know we have here, people, 2. When it is multiplied by a certain value, finally we notice the answer is 0. We have 2 here. It is multiplied by a certain value. After multiplying that, we notice the answer is 0. Then what could be this value? Should definitely be what? 0, no? Otherwise, can we get the answer 0 here? No. Right? Like that, people, here we have one number. It is multiplied by another number. The product of that two numbers is again 0. Then tell me, what are the possibilities for this number and this number? Either this is 0, or this is 0, or sometimes both can be 0. Am I correct? Am I correct? That logic we apply here. This into this is equal to 0. It says what? Either this is 0, or this is 0, or both can be 0. Understand? Of that, the third one, both can be 0, we ignore, and the rest two we write how? X minus 2 equal 0, or x minus 3 equal 0. Okay. Then you can bring this minus 2 to right hand side. What do you get there? X equals 0 plus 2. Here once you take this minus 3 to right hand side, 0 plus 3. Okay. Then what do you get? X 0 plus 2 means x equals to 1 solution, as we explained. Other one, 0 plus 3 is 3, the other solution. So therefore, people, when you are given this way a certain quadratic equation, the first method of finding what? Solutions by factorizing like this. Now the two more methods we have. Understood? We'll discuss that. Now we'll move to question number 12. 11th one, then you can very easily do. Okay? We go to question number 12. We'll skip 11th one first. once we do the question number 12, some questions, we can come to what? This question number 11, some questions. Okay, no? In that too, how many of you have the tutorial? For 2 available, no? Yes, okay. Right, take question number 12. Find the solutions of the following quadratic equations using factors, right? Using factors, or using formula, or using completing the square. I am going to explain you the 3 methods, right? We'll take people the first question under question number 12. Take question number 1 in 12. Right, it's first one. X squared plus 6x plus 8 equals 0. Right. First method I am going to use what? Factor method. Factor method, right. As I explained here, people, I am going to factorize this. Right. Tell me, in this case, the way of thinking, x squared coefficient 1. And this constant we have to multiply. 1 into 8. It's 8. 8 should be written as a product of 2 numbers, so that of that 2 numbers, algebraic sum. What is meant by algebraic sum? Algebraic sum means what? Sum with their own signs. For instance, now we have minus 2. We have minus 4. What is the algebraic sum? Minus 2 plus what? Minus 4. With the sign, we take the sum. That is called as algebraic sum. Tell me what is minus 2 minus 4? Minus 6. Understand? Then here, x squared coefficient 1 and this constant we multiply. 1 into 8 is 8. Now, write this 8 as a product of 2 numbers, so that the algebraic sum of the 2 numbers should be plus 6. Tell me 2 such numbers. 2 into 4, no? Plus 2 plus 4 plus 6 coming. Then we write this 6x how? This way. 2x plus 4x plus 8 equals 0. Now, tell me for this 2 what is common? X is common. Take x out. We get x plus 2. Tell me for this 2 what is common? 4 common. What 4? Plus 4. With the plus sign, take 4 out. What do you get there? Again x plus 2. Here x plus 2, here x plus 2 is common. Take x plus 2 out. What do you get there, people? X plus 2 here, x plus 2 here when you take out. Here x, here plus 4. Equals 0. Now what we do? For this product to be 0, we can say what? Either this is 0 or what? This is 0. Then we get 2 solutions. Understand? Then shall we start the first method? Right. Come to what? Factor method is this. Right. You have done this, but remind them. The other 2 methods also bit important. Then we can write x plus 2 equals 0 or x plus 4 equals 0. X plus 4 equals 0. Right. Now people bring this 2 to right hand side. You know, once you take this plus 2 to right hand side, that becomes minus 2. Here, what do you get, people? There 0. Bring this 4 to right hand side, minus 4. Correct? No? Right. 0 minus 2 is really minus 2. Here minus 4. This way we get the 2 solutions. Okay? Right. First take that. Okay, no? Right. This is a factorization method. Second method is what? Using the quadratic formula. Right. Can you remember the quadratic formula you learned in your IELTS? Yes. We'll come to the second method. Second method is using quadratic right? Formula. Using quadratic formula. Right. You know, the standard quadratic equation we learned in your IELTS, this no? Ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. Correct, no? To find the solution for x, you learned or by hearted one formula for x. Can somebody tell me what is that quadratic formula for this x? Yes? Right. X equals what? Minus b plus or minus square root b squared minus 4ac divided by what? 2 into a. Understand? Using this we can find the two solutions again for x. Okay. There's another method. That is that complete the square. We'll go to that next. Okay. So now let's see how to use this one. I'll take the same x squared plus 6x plus 8 is the given quadratic equation. We compare this with our standard equation, this. Right? C equals 0. Now here we have 1. Then by comparing the given equation with the standard one, we determine A, B, C value to substitute at these places. A is 1. Here we have 1 for the place of A. B, what? 6. C, 8. Okay, now what we do? This A, B, C value we found, we substitute at these places. And we simplify. Then we get by plus sign one answer, by minus sign other answer. The two answers we got here, we will get again by this formula. Right. Then shall we start? I think you have finished this one, first method, count second method. Right. Start now and substitute in this and take the two answers for x. Right, substitute for ABC. Substitute for ABC and simplify and take the answer. I will substitute here B. RB 6 plus or minus square root B squared 6 squared, right? Minus 4 times, right? We know people, we told that to write the multiplication sign, we use what? The dot. Last week I told. You know, when we write 4 into 3, the same thing we write how? 4 into dot 3 like this. It doesn't say 4.3. When it becomes 4.3, this dot we have to put in the midway like this. But here to say it is a product, we write the lower level, right, of this between 4 and 3, the dot, not in the midway. Midway when you write dot, what is that? Decimal, right? And the lower level when you write dot means what? Multiplication, okay? So therefore here, 4AC means what, people? 4 multiplied by A multiplied by C, no? Then A means here 1, then we put dot here and 1, and again dot, C is 8, yeah, right. 2a divided by 2a, a means 1, 2 into 1. This way we can simplify this. Now we can simplify. Here minus 6 plus or minus square root. You know 6 to the power 2 means 6 into 6, 36. Minus 418 is 32. 2 into 1 is 2. Okay, right. Now we can write here what people, minus 6 plus or minus. Here what do you get? 36 minus 32 is 4 divided by 2. What is the root of 4? Square root of 4 is what, people? Square root of 4 is what? 4. Square root of 4 is what? 2. No? Yes, 2. Okay? Right. Then I can write this way. X equals minus 6 plus or minus 2 divided by what? 2. Then you can use the simplification technique in the morning we learned. Tell me. 6, 2 and this 2. All three we can divide by what? 2. Then tell me the way of simplifying. 2 we divide by 2, 1. 6 we divide by 2, 3. 2 we divide by 2, what do you get? 1. Right? Then we can rewrite this how, people? X equals, now we have minus 3 plus or minus, now we have 1. No point of writing this denominator 1. Why? When the fraction has denominator 1, the answer of the fraction is exactly its numerator value. Then that's why I write only the numerator. Then take this plus sign, take one answer for x. Take this minus sign, take the other answer for x. Then we get the two answers. Okay? Right. Plus sign when you take, people, x equals minus 3 plus 1. What is x minus 3 plus 1? Minus 2, yes. One answer is x minus 2. I think we got one answer there. Take the minus sign secondly. When you take minus sign, really, we get the next answer. X equals minus 3 minus 1. X equals minus 4. Okay? That's the answer we get. Second method is that. Right? Yes. Okay, now we move to the third method, complete in the square. I think you have done complete in the square in your IELTS. Can you remember the steps? Yes. Okay. People, now, this formula, you learned directly, you gave this by your master without proving, but we are supposed to prove this formula in quadratic equation lesson. Okay, right. We prove this one. We should know how to prove, because this kind of proof is real nothing. I can remember the use of that proof. There were 2 questions in the past papers to obtain some results. Okay, so therefore we prove this. Yeah. Third one is, people, write down, third method is complete in the square. Complete in the square. Third method is complete in the square. Complete in the square. Right. I'm going to explain it like this. Sometimes you have learned a little bit different way, but all the things are the same. Yes. I'll take this way. I write first what the question. Right. Very carefully listen to me. Before completing the square, any quadratic expression, its x squared coefficient should be plus 1. Otherwise, you can't apply the complete in the square. That occasion, that means if your x squared coefficient is not equal to plus 1, first of all, we have to convert it to plus 1. Understand? For example, see here. Now, suppose you have a certain quadratic equation you are given, to take its solutions by using the complete in the square method, like this. Just before using the complete in the square method, people, x squared coefficient should always be plus 1. Here it is minus 2. Then for this quadratic equation directly, you can't use the complete in the square because its coefficient of x squared is not plus 1. That we divide both sides by the present x squared coefficient. What is that? Minus 2, no? We divide both sides by minus 2. Then what happens? This term, this term, this term, all these three terms we have to divide by minus 2. Understand? Then what happens? Here, minus 2x squared we divide by minus 2. 6 we divide by minus 2. 8 we divide by minus 2. 0 also we must divide by minus 2. Right. Then what happens here? This minus 2 we can cancel down. No? Then what do we get after cancelling? We get 1, no? Yes, then x squared coming. Here this 6x is plus. Device is minus. Plus divided by minus means when we divide two different signs, answer is minus. Right. 6 divided by 2 means 3x. Here plus divided by minus. 8 divided by 2 is 4. Right. When you divide 0 by minus, what's the answer? 0. Last week we said when you divide 0 by any value, answer is 0. Now see here, the same quadratic equation here we have with x squared coefficient plus 1. Now for this only we apply what? Steps in completing the square. Now I am going to explain you what are the steps in completing the square when your quadratic equation has x squared coefficient 1. Okay, this is method, people. First open the bracket. Open the bracket. Put squared. Okay. And the term in the given quadratic equation without having x. That's the third term. We write soon after the bracket with its sign. Plus 8, no, we write like this. Okay. Now, inside the bracket, the terms we write. These are the terms. From this x squared term, without the square, only x right here. Right. Secondly, take x term. Identify its coefficient. It is plus 6. Always the coefficient of x. Always, this is the x term, its coefficient is this. Always, people, the x coefficient, whatever the x coefficient, divided by 2 and take the answer. That answer we write here. Understand? Identify x coefficient, divide it by 2. Now with its sign, the new number we must write within the bracket as a second number. When you divide 6 by 2, what do you get? 3. Understand? 6 we divide by 2, we get 3. What is the sign of that 3? Plus 3. We write plus 3 here. Is it clear? The terms we write inside bracket. From x squared, without the square, only x we write. Second one, x coefficient, divide by 2 and write the number. Finally, the second number we wrote inside the bracket. Square that. Square that. 3 squared. What's 3 squared? 9. Finally, people, the second number squared, 9 here, that we always subtract. Then put equal 0. Is it clear? I repeat that again. Open the bracket, put square. Soon after bracket, write down this constant value with its sign. What is the first term we write inside bracket? From this x squared, without the square, write x. Second one, x coefficient, divide by 2 and write with the sign. Right. Finally, second number perfect squared, always we subtract. Always we subtract. The perfect square of the second number we subtract always. That's all. Put equal 0. Now simplify this. Right. How to simplify this now? We do the simplification, people, like this. X plus 3 perfect squared. Okay, here 8 minus 9, it's minus 1, no? Equals 0. Bring this minus 1 to right hand side. that becomes plus 1. 0 plus 1 is 1. Now we take square root on the right hand side. You know how to take the answer for this case, people tell me? When x squared equals 4, what is x? Plus or minus square root 4, no? This will be right, no? The same thing we apply here. X plus 3 is equal to what? Plus or minus square root of 1. Okay? Meantime, taking this plus 3 to right hand side, take the square root of 1. What is square root of 1? Square root of 1 is 1. Yes. Then we get what, people? Take this right hand side, minus 3 plus or minus square root of 1 is 1. C. Right. Now we take plus sign first. We take the minus sign secondly. Then we get the two solutions for x. That is the completing the square method. Understood? Then shall I start? Yes. Take that. This way we can take the two answers by using the completing square method, right? Yes. Right, no? Yes. We will do another one question only from this kind. Okay, no? Yes. Shall you take its number 11? Question number 12, part 11. Question number 12, part 11 as the next one. We'll do that question in these three types, three ways, using factorization, formula, completing square. Right. Take that question number 12, part 11. Take question number 12, part 11. Question number 12, part 11. Right, use the factor method, second one formula method, third one complete the square method. Right, take the answers. Take the answers. Yes, start. Remember, people, we have another group Wednesday evening 2:30 onwards, our second group. This week also we're supposed to keep that weekday group, right? So some people, now this class falls after your results, Saturday morning, 8 to 12, right? So then last year also we found this issue. Some students unable to join the class Saturday. Those students of course join my weekday class. For 2027, we have another group Wednesday evening, 2:30 up to 5:30 soon after schools. Okay. And meantime, people remember that I am going to start this year single medium class also for 2027 batch. If you have friends, so I am going to start that class month of May. That class falls Monday evening, 2:30, 5:30. Okay, single medium class, right? Okay, single medium class. Really, I used to do single medium classes before, long before, but because of I am recent past, of course, very busy, so then I didn't have any time to start single medium classes. So therefore, for 27, new batch I am going to start first week of May, Mondays, right? That is single medium class. That is Monday evening 2:30, 5:30. Your weekday group, English medium group, Wednesday 2:30, 5:30. Okay. Right. First, tell me here what are the factors, people? Here 1, here minus 35. First, you have to multiply 1 into minus 35. What is the answer? Minus 35. This minus 35 we write as a product of two numbers. Right? For the algebraic sum to be minus 2. Tell me two numbers. Minus 7 and plus 5. No? Right. I take 5 and minus 7. Like this. Correct? No? 5 into minus 7, 35. Minus 35 coming. Plus 5 minus 7 is minus 2 coming. Then what we do? This minus 2 we write with the help of this 5 and minus 7. Okay? Right. X squared minus 2x, no? 2x I write now. How? 5x minus 2x we write 5x minus 7x like this. Here. 5x minus 7x is minus 2x coming. Minus 35 equals 0. Right. Take these two together. X is common, people. Take x out. X plus 5. Right. Here for this 35 and this 7x. 35 you can write 7 into 5. That 7 and this 7 common. You can take 7 out. I take minus sign also with 7. Once you take minus sign out, you know inside the bracket, you have to opposite the signs of the terms. Okay? Right. Now here we have 7x. I took 7 out. We should have only x. Since we took minus sign, the x here having minus, no. Since we take minus, the sign of x should be inside the bracket plus. Here 35 you can write 7 into 5. 7 we took out. Here 5. Since we take minus sign now, this minus sign should be now plus 0. Okay. Now, x plus 5 here, common. Take x plus 5 out. Then, here we have x. Once we take this x plus 5 out, we get minus 7. This is equal to 0 now. Okay. Right. Now we get this 0. Take this right hand side. X is minus 5. O. X is 7. Okay. Minus 5 and 7. Right, we'll come to the using the formula. Yes. X squared minus 2x minus 35 equals 0 is the question. This is a place of, we compare this with the standard quadratic equation. Here x squared question 1, then a is 1, b minus 2, c minus 35. a1, b minus 2, c minus 35. Now apply the formula. Right. This is the formula. Apply that. Right. Minus b. First we have minus b. Minus b. B here minus 2. Plus or minus square root. B squared minus 2 perfect squared. B squared. Minus 4 times. A is 1. C. What is C? Minus 35. Two into 1. 2a means 2 into 1. No? This way we can write. Okay. Here what's the answer? Minus and minus plus 4, 135, 140. No? Minus 2 squared is what? Plus 4. 4 plus 140. Within the root sign, 144. Square root of 144, you know, 12. Yes, right. Here minus and minus make plus. 2 plus or minus square root 144. 2 into 1 is 2. Right, no? Yes. Now we can simplify this a little bit more. Right. X equals 2 plus or minus 144 root means 12 people divided by 2. Now we can cancel this, this and this by 2. See what do you get? 2 divided by 2 is 1. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 12 divided by 2 is what? 6 there. Understand? Okay? Then we get the two answers. X equals 1 plus or minus 6. Divide by 1, 1 change it. Right. Then take the plus sign. Right. When you take the plus sign, what do you get? 1 plus 6. It is 7. Take minus sign. X. 1 minus 6. X is minus 5. Okay. This way the two answers come in. Right. Then we'll go to complete the square method. Right. Apply the complete the square method as the third one, and you will get the same answers. Right. Count that complete the square method. Third method. X squared minus 2x minus 35 equals 0. Right. What are the steps there? First, put a bracket. Put a square there. Then, with the sign we write the real number variable. That means the number doesn't contain x. What is that? Minus 35. Now what we write inside the bracket? Without the square, only x. Next to this, x coefficient divided by 2. This is 2 here, x coefficient minus 2. This 2 when we divide by 2, what do we get? 1. What is sign there? Minus. Then what is that? Minus 1. Put minus 1 here. We told finally we subtract. What? Perfect squared of this second number inside the bracket. 1 squared, what? 1. Right. Equals 0. That's all. Now, minus 35 minus 1 is minus 36. And here we have x minus 1 squared. Okay? Right. Now what we do? We bring this minus 36 to right hand side, plus 36. Now we take what? Square root on the right hand side. You know, when we take the square root, we have to put before the square root plus or minus. Okay? Right. Now we come to that. Okay, then what do you get there? X minus 1 equals plus or minus root 36. Right. Root 36. Square root of 36 is people 6. Bring this minus sign to right hand side. 1 plus or minus 6. X equals 7. X equals minus 5. This way we get 2 answers, right? Okay. As homework, people do another 2-3 questions to practice this, huh? Right. Okay. Don't really give up. Now it is enough to us. Don't think like that, people. So now when you really learn this thing in your oils, now you feel that rather than that, very easily you can absorb something. What is the reason behind this, people? Now you don't care about oil, no? That's the reason. Then what has happened? Your mentality. Your mentality. You think that now we are advanced level math students, not small children like we did else. Then you do not care about what oil. Then you think in new way. Then now absorbing this is much easier than you absorb this when you were doing oil. Nothing happened to your brain, but only thing is what? Your mentality. Your mentality. You now got something in your mind that we are advanced level math students. Understand? Now once you think like that, you can very easily absorb these things. Okay? So therefore do 2-3 questions as homework, right? In number 12. Right. Now question number 13. We'll come to few questions in it and then we go to the proportion part. Right. Okay, 13 also given, solve the following equations. What is meant by people solve? Find x. Solve means that find x, right? There's an unknown x, that x we need to find, that's the meaning of solve, right? 13. We'll take first one there. X minus 4 perfect squared minus 9 equals 0. Can somebody suggest me how to find x? First we'll bring minus 9 to right hand side. Okay? That becomes plus 9. Okay? Plus 9. Okay. Bring this minus 9 to right hand side. Then we get 0 plus 9. No, that is plus 9. 0 plus 9 is 9. Now take the square root. Plus or minus we have to put root 9. X minus 4. Plus or minus root 9 is 3. Now bring this 4 to right hand side. That becomes plus 4. Okay. This minus 4 when you take to right hand side, that becomes plus 4. Plus 4 plus or minus 3. Now take plus sign, people. Take plus sign. What do you get? Plus 4 plus 3 7. Take minus sign. 4 minus 3 1. X equals 1. Right. This way we can take the 2 answers. Right? I think the rest questions we can do as homework, no? Same way, no? Huh? Same way, no? Right. Yes. Question number 13, the rest questions do as homework. If you want, I can do another one more. Shall we take question number 6 there as the next one? Then that's enough. 13, 6, part 6. 13, part 6. Right, this way. Take this right hand side. X minus 4 by 3 perfect squared 5 over 4. Once you take this minus 5 over 4 to right hand side, that becomes plus 5 over 4. Now we have to take the square root on the right hand side. X minus 4 by 3 plus or minus. Now we have to take the square root of this 5 divided by 4. Yes. When you have square root of a fraction like this, how to take the root? We have to take the root of numerator and denominator separately. Understand? Meantime, we'll bring this minus 4 by 3 to right hand side. That becomes plus 4 by 3. Plus 4 by 3, plus 4 minus. Take the square root of numerator 5 and denominator 4. Right. Our square root of 5 really we can obtain by using long division method or whatever. No need to take like that. Keep it as the third form, root 5. And root of 4 is 2. Then we can take plus sign. 4 over 3 plus root 5 over 2. One solution is this. We don't expect to simplify this. If you want, we can simplify this. Right? Take minus sign. 4 by 3 minus root 5 by 2. This way we can take that answer. Okay. Okay, in number 13, do rest questions as homework. Right. Right, now we'll move to 14. Question of 14, proportions. Right? Proportions. Right, then write the heading as proportions. Right. First, people, let us see what is the ratio. Ratio. Right. Now, how define ratio? People, now, suppose a child A has 100 rupees. Child B has 200 rupees. Right? Now, when we need to express the ratio of the money they have, tell me what is the ratio they have? 1:2. You write it how, people? This no? How do you get this 1:2? You do it like this. A has 100, B has 200. We divide these two. Then this and this both we can cancel down by 100. Here we get 1, here we get 2. Then this fraction half only you wrote as this 1:2. Then remember, people, ratio means a fraction. 1:2. This is the way of writing the ratio. It is the fraction half. Therefore, 1:2 we can write in another way, this way as a fraction half. Understood? Okay? Then ratio mean, people, between two or more values, right? The simplest form is a ratio. Okay? So now, when I consider A is to be like this, A is to be, what is the corresponding fraction? A divided by B. The first number comes into the numerator, second one comes into the denominator. The corresponding fraction is, people, A upon B. Understand? Proportion mean, this way suppose we have a ratio that you know a fraction. Yes. Proportion mean, people, two equal ratios. Proportion means two equal ratios. Two equal ratios. Tell me, 1 is to 2 is a ratio. Corresponding fraction is half. Tell me, for this 1 is to 2 ratio, another equal ratio? Huh? For 1 is to 2, tell me another equal ratio. When A has 1 rupee, B has 2 rupees. Same feeling we can give in another way. When A has 2 rupees, B has 4. Okay? No? Then the same ratio I can write 2 is to 4. Therefore, these two ratios, 1 is to 2 is same as 2 is to 4. Tell me this as a fraction? Half. This has 2 over 4. Right? Half. 2 over 4. Right. People, this is called as what? Proportion. That proportion as a fractions like this we can write. Therefore, simply the meaning of proportion means what? Two equal ratios or two equal fractions is a proportion. Right? People, in this way, when we have a proportion, see the same thing I take. Half is equal to 2 by 4. In this proportion, people, there are some important, right? Important operations. In the proportion, people, remember, the left and right, the numbers we can exchange along the diagonals this way, any way you like. Not horizontal. Along the diagonals, these numbers available in proportion we can move here and there. For example, see here, I bring this to this side and multiply with these two. Then once you take this 2 from here to here, here now we have 1 because we can write this 2 as 1 into 2, no? Once you take this 2 here, this 1 is there. Okay? Then what do you get? Once you take this 2 here, 2 and 2 make 4 and this 4 also there. Now here we have 1. See whether the new result true? 2 and 2, 4. 4 divided by 4, what? 1. Left hand side also we have 1. Then still left hand side and right hand side equal. Okay? And people, for the proportion this, okay, we can bring this 4 here, this 2 here. Always along these diagonals, you can exchange the numbers any way you like. Understand? Now I'll take another one here. 2 into 3. Right? Here we write 12. What is the fraction here? 2 and 3, 6. 6 divided by 12 means half. No, this fraction is half. Simplest fraction is half. I write that half here. Now, this left hand side fraction is equal to this. Very obvious. Now, along the diagonals, now exchange according to your willingness anyway. Still, left and right being equal. Now, see here, I bring this 3 only to here. Then, left hand side we have this. Right hand side, once we bring this 3 here, we have 2 into 3. Are these 2 equal? 2 divided by 12 means what? Cancel down this 2 and 12 by 2. What do you get? 1 over 6 left hand side. Right hand side also? 1 over 6 still equal. We take not this 3. I took 3, no? I took this 2 here, not 3. Then what do you have on the left hand side? 3 divided by 12. Once you take this 2 here, what do you get? 1 over 2 into 2. See whether they equal? 3 and 12 we can divide by 3. What do you get? 3 divided by 3 is numerator 1. This is 4. 1 over 4. Here, 1 over 4 still equal. Understand? There are some properties in proportions. Using these properties, people, some occasions we can very easily simplify some expressions. We'll learn them now. right? Those things only we supposed to learn under these proportions. Okay. And the other thing, another property is there, people. You can see there. I'll take this one. Okay? 1/2 is equal to 2/4. Okay. Both sides we take reciprocal. Reciprocal. What is meant by people? Reciprocal. Reciprocal means consider fraction. You know, for a fraction, it has a numerator and denominator. Take it reciprocal means what? We exchange them. The numerator we bring to denominator, denominator we bring to numerator. That is called as reciprocal. So, when we have this way a proportion, we take left hand side the reciprocal and the right hand side the reciprocal. After taking the reciprocals in both sides, still the new ratios equal. See here, once we take the reciprocal of this, we get 2/1. This one, 4/2. What is 2/1? It's 2. 4/2, also 2. Still they are equal. Understand? That is another property. Okay? Both sides we take reciprocal. Right now. Then, I will take down brief note, people. Under proportions, write down first subheading as ratio. Ratio. What is people ratio? The simplest idea of the ratio is what? It's a fraction. Write down. Write down. A fraction is called as a ratio. Right. So, sometimes you might think this way. There are ABC 3 children. A has 100, B 200, C 300. In this case, if we need to find the ratio, still we can find the ratio, but this time you can't give what? Fraction. Then you might think my definition is wrong. Really, that is not wrong. In this case, I considered fraction, ratio as a fraction. So, fraction involves not only two things. When the ratio contains only two things, that is a fraction. When it is more than two, then still fraction as long as we consider two. Now here, what is the ratio? Divide this and this by 100. What do you get? 1:2, 2:3. Then you might ask, how to write this as a fraction? This time also it is possible to write a fraction. We take first this 2. What is fraction? 1/2. This B and C, 2/3. A and C, what? 1/3, 1/3. Understand? Still they are fractions. So therefore, when we define a ratio as a fraction, our discussion we have to confine between two things. Understand? That's the simplest idea, okay, of the ratio. Right. Okay. Write down this way. Write down the ratio. The ratio A is to B is the fraction A upon B. That is A is to B equals A upon B. A is to B equals A upon B. Okay. Write down. Next one. Properties of proportions. No. We didn't yet define the proportions, no? Okay, now ratio is that. Before going to that, write down proportions. Subheading proportions. Proportions. what is the proportion? Two equal ratios. Two equal ratios is called as a proportion. Understand? Write down. Write down. Write down. Two equal ratios. Two equal ratios is called as a proportion. Yes. You know, 1:2. Same as what? 2:4. Same thing, no? Yes, same ratio, no? When you eat one bun, your friend eats 2 buns. Once you eat 2 buns, according to that, your friend should eat what? 4 buns, no? Then we say what? Ratio same. Ratio same. This ratio we can write how, people, as a fraction? Half. We told the first number coming to numerator. This one? 2/4. Still they are equal, well obvious. No? This is what? The simplest way of writing proportion. Right? Example, write down. Right. Then we can write next one. Let A is to B ratio, right? A is to B ratio equals C is to D ratio. Two ratios are equal. This is proportion now. We can write this as a fractions now, equal fractions. Tell me what is this? A upon B. Right hand side, C upon D. Yes, A over B equals C over D. Right. Then two equal ratios only we define as a proportion. Then proportion we can write in another way what? Two equal fractions. Two equal fractions, another way of defining a proportion. Two equal fractions. That means what? Two equivalent fractions form what? A proportion. Yes, right. Now we'll write properties of proportions. Properties of proportions. Write down properties of proportions. Right. First one. Right. If A upon B equals C upon D, then this D you can bring here. AD equals BC. AD equals BC. What is this, people? By the right hand side denominator, that denominator, right hand side denominator we can bring where? Here. That's how we get AD. Left hand side denominator you can bring where? Here. That's how we get BC. See whether this is true. Take half equals 2/4. Bring this 4 where? Here and multiply with this 1. 1 into 4 is 4. Bring here 4. They are equal. Understand? People now tell me how to prove this. If you are given a proportion like this, right? The cross multiplication this way. When you do, we get this. How to prove this now? We can prove it like this, very simply. You know, left and right of an equal sign. That means in an equation, in other words. In an equation, left hand side and right hand side, you can multiply by what? Any value. Both sides we multiply the same value. That value can be any value you like. Okay, right? You know, when x equals 2, multiplying this left hand side and right hand side by 2. Left hand side we get 2x, right hand side we get 2 into 4, 2x equals 4. In an equation, left and right, we can multiply by the same value, we can divide by the same value. To left and right, we can add the same value. To the left and right, from them, we can subtract the same value. That axioms you learned in your smaller grades. People, now in this case, I multiply left hand side and right hand side of this proportion by BD product. BD product. Okay? I write that again. A upon B equals C upon D. No? I multiply both the left hand side and right hand side by this BD. Okay? Then what do we get there, people? This BD we must write here and here. Then what will happen? What will happen there? BD multiplied by A over B, right? BD multiplied by C over D. Right? We multiply by BD. BD mean what? The product of B and D. Another BD available. What is that BD? Smoke BD. Especially villages. No? Have you seen that? Smoking, not cigarettes. BD. Those days in our childhood, a BD is 10 cents. Have you ever heard cents? We are familiar with what? 1 cent, 2 cents, 5 cents, 10 cents and so on. Our childhood. Now you can't see, no? 1 cent. අහතම 7 7 2 7 5 7 10. ඒ කාලේ බීඩියක් තමයි අපි පොඩි කාලේ 7 10යි. Now what's the cost of a BD? දම්බොනයි දන්නේ නැති කීයද? දැන් බීඩියක් කියලා ළමයි කීයද? Now I think මට මතක නැහැ මේ ළඟකදී මම බීවි නෑනේ. බීඩියක් දැන් මං හිතන්නේ රුපියල් 10ක්වත් වෙයිනේ. 10 rupees cost of living. People, what the cost of one cigarette now? Boleh dano? Kya? 150 rupees, I think. 150 rupees, I think. 150 or 125? 150. Yes. People who use. You never believe people. I still remember my father smoked. I am the one most of the time, right, go to the kade and bring that. Right. One cigarette dose is 25 cents. 25 cents in my childhood, like 7, 8 years. 25 cents. Now 150 rupees. See? Then you might think, for this information, my age should be more than 100. Now 25 cents to get went to what? 150 rupees. See? No, people. I am 20 years, 28 years. Can you believe? No, not 28. Right, that cost, see here, the inflation. Yes. I just came to that when we say BD. All right. Now once you multiply both sides by BD, you can cancel down this B and B. Why, people? This is a fraction having 1 as the denominator. B and B you can cancel down. D and D you can cancel down. Right? So then what do you have? D into A. DA. DA you can write as people AD. Okay. This and this you can cancel down BC. So we got no there. AD should be equal to BC, right? So this is how we just prove that property. Multiplying both sides by what? BD. Understand? Right? No? Then we get what? After cancelling this B with this B, D and A means AD. Cancelling this and this BC, we get AD equals BC. AD equals BC. Right? Okay. Right, the first one. First property is this. Come to this. Right? Right. What's the cost of a 1 now? T1? 60 rupees nearly. 60. 60 rupees. When I was grade 5, in our canteen of the school, I can remember, still I can remember, 20 cents a bun. 20 cents a bun. 20 cents. Now 6 rupees. 60, no? 60 rupees. Yes. Now, huge inflation. A coconut those days? Coconut those days, people. You know the prison was there, no? Early prison. Right? So, my mother worked marketing department just behind that. So, now after schooling, we go to her office and with her only we in the evening go home. So then we, when we come to the bus hall place, where the good shed, we pass the fair, the market and in between market and now that what capital hall. So then on either sides of the road, people are selling what many things. Right? The coconut doses we can remember, 40 cents. There were two sizes of coconut. Means කොහොමද කියන්නේ? පොල්ලාබයි 40යි 50යි 50යි 60යි 40යි 50යි 50යි 60යි. What is that? 40 50, not rupees, cents. 740යි 750යි ළමයි. දැන් හිතන්න කීයද දැන් පොල් කීයද? 200යි. පොල් 200යි දැන් රුපියල් 200යි. 740යි ළමයි දවස්වල. 740යි 750යි. ඒක මතක් කරනකොට දුකක් හිතෙනවා. නේ 740ට පොල් ගෙඩියක් ගත්ත එකෙන් දැන් රුපියල් 200යි. 200 නෙවෙයි ළම මම ගිය සති කලින් සති ගෙනිච්ච 200. 20ටද කොහොමද? ඕගොල්ලන්ට හම්බෙන්නේ ඒව ගන්න ආයේ. ඕගොල්ලෝ ඉතින් පොල් නිකන් ගන්න පුළුවන්. ටිකක් මහම් දෙන්න ඕනේ. කොහොමද? 40 740ක්වත් දෙන්න ඕනේ නැහැ පොල් ගන්නවා නිකන් ගන්න පුළුවන්. ඕගොල්ලන්ට බෑ. කොල්ලොන්ට පුළුවන් වෙයි. මොකක්ද? ගොඩ වෙනවා රෑ පොල් ගහකට. රෑ ගොඩ වෙනවා පොල් ගහකට. වඩාලේසි පල්ලෙහෙන් ඔයක් වගේ ගලාන යනවනම් එහා පැත්තෙන් තියෙනවා පොල් ගහක් වත්තේ හරි දීසි. එකෙකුට නාන්න කියනවා ජබුන් ගහලා නැගපු එකක් කඩලා දානවා අරකට පොල් ගෙඩිය. පොල් ගෙඩිය වැටෙන සද්දෙමයි අරු නාන්නේ. අයිතිකාරයට අහු වෙන්නේ නැහැ එතකොට. તો නිකම් පොල් හම්බ වෙනවා. Right? High inflation people. Right. Okay. Now, we'll see how to use this. Right. I take this way. An example. See here. We are given 2x equals 3/4. Right. Okay. Now I need to find this x. Not exactly this learned one, but its extension. If I need to find this x, okay, here this 2x has denominator 1, no? Then the left hand side is a fraction. This was a fraction. What do you have here? Proportion. People, now I can bring only this 2 where here, keeping other at the places. Once you bring this 2 where here, people, that 2 comes here with product 2 and 4, 8. 3 over 8, left hand side now we have x only. Then we can subject x like this. Now, suppose like this we have 2 upon x equals 1 over 4. Suppose we need to find x in this case. Then we can use directly what? That property. What? This x we can bring where here? This 4 we can bring where here? What do you get? 4 into 2 is 8. X into 1 is x. 8 equals x means x equals 8. Like this people, this property of the proportion we can use to solve some equations this way. Okay? Then shall we first do this one? Right, come to this first. 2 over x equals 1 over 4. Right. Write down this question as find x. If this is find x. Right. How do these people? Bring x here, 4 here. 2 into 4. X into 1 x. Here 8, here x. X equals 8. Right. Come to this now. Second example. Second question. Find x. Then what we do? Only one number we bring where here. Right? X equals, bring this to where here? 3 over 2 into 4. X equals 3 over 8. Okay. Right, people, next Friday also we have the class like this. Next Friday we do not go to stream like this freely. Today we thought of doing like that because of this the exhibition. Most of the time we expected more traffic, but not that much traffic, no. So next week we keep the physical class, and today of course we stream that freely, but next week of course we do not stream. The physical student must join the class morning in the 7:30 physics and 10 up to 12 as today, 12:15 maths and bio, and the evening the chemistry. Okay. Right. And for the next day class, the schedule is this. So then attend the physical class. I don't think that there will be huge traffic next week. So I think it is fair. I don't know really what will happen, but I think it is positively we can join the class in the morning. So it's better join the class in the morning. So sometimes if you don't do physics, you will join here at 10. But anyway, people, keep an extra time when you leave the home, like nearly 1 hour compared to the early days. That means when you need to reach Kandy 8 o'clock from Matale, for example. So it is sufficient usual day to leave 7 o'clock. But this particular day next week, like 6:15, you have to leave from home. Okay, then you have a certain spare time. If you have a huge traffic jam, to avoid that. I don't think that traffic jam will be available because everything is planned well, so that the transportation can do usually. Most of the time, the Kandy city, you can't come Kandy city, but your usual bus is anyway coming to the mid of the city, so that you won't find any issue to join the class. So therefore, next week we keep only the physical class. We are not going to stream for the physical student online. Okay, so therefore all online students join the physical class. Okay, you stop that now. 12:05, no? 12. What's the time? 12:08. Here some properties available here. Proportions. Actually, if I start another one, we have another 8 minutes. No, what's the time now? 12:08. 12:08. We'll do another one more. Yes, people, one question we can do. Come, we can do one question. Right. Come to this one. Next question this. 3 over x plus 1, 2 over x, right? Find x. Find x. Right. How to use this property? Use the cross multiplication. Yes. Bring this x here. Right. 3x. Bring this x plus 1 here. 2 times x plus 1. Okay. People remove the bracket here. 2x plus 2. And we multiply. Here 3x. Now bring this 2x to left hand side. 3x minus 2x equals 2. 3x minus 2x is really x. Then x equals 2. This way we get the answer for x. Right. Cross multiplication is possible to use. Like that, people, in this tutorial you can see there are 5 properties, basic properties in proportions. Next day we will discuss the next 4 and we will come to some questions. And the next day we can start the simultaneous equations with 3 unknowns. That's also another important part in our basic maths, because when you do AL questions, especially some lessons available like relative acceleration lesson, there are like 5-6 questions, simultaneous equations we have to solve with 5-6 unknowns. That occasion we should know how to use them to solve. That occasion we practice with the 3 unknowns questions next day. After next day we can go to the first lesson, that is the logarithm. That is the very first week of the month of May. Okay. Then today we'll come to the end of the lesson. So the homeworks do before the next day class, and join the next day Friday physics class as usual in the morning 10 o'clock for maths. 7:30 we have physics. Physics is really by doing one is the best teacher for physics, right? So I recommend him. So therefore physics class also here you have. That's a good teacher. You can learn a lot of physics from him, right? Okay, then people will come to the end of the class today. We meet next week. Okay, right. Okay, thank you.